Yeah.
Hey, welcome. We are here at the Portsmouth Library. We are meeting with the animal welfare this evening. I have Jackie, Linda, and Judy here this evening, and we're going to ask them a few questions and try and get some knowledge out there to the public. We've been on this whole project of called Choose Your Portsmouth, and then just trying to again, get that information out there to folks. If there's something, maybe they're new to the area and they haven't found out about what animal welfare is versus like Humane Society. So if any one of you may want to answer first, if you want to give me a little definition of how you're different than the Humane Society.
Well, we don't directly help find homes for animals. We do spay neuter. We have a pet food pantry. We have low-cost vaccination clinics on a yearly basis, and I'll let Judy and Jackie add to that.
Okay. Which I want to mention, they were listed as hometown heroes in July.
Well, let's see. Well, what I can broaden there. Our spay neuter program is open for anybody on low income or fixed income, and you have to fill out an application. And then when we get that back with proof of income, then we go from there, and we help you set up an appointment with one of the vets in the area.
So let me ask this then, how would I get a hold of that application, or how would I contact somebody to get an application?
Call our home phone number.
Okay.
740-858-2446.
So one more time.
740
Yes.
858-2446.
Okay.
I'd like to add to that as well. We do have a Facebook page, Animal Welfare League of Scioto County, and they can send a message via that route, and someone will get back with them and help them start that process.
And I'm going to guess give them at least 24 hours.
Yeah.
So they'll get over here right away. Because we know with social media, a lot of people get on there at all different times. So with that also being said, and we were all kind of talking behind the scenes, because again, we were trying to get as much information out to you guys as possible. This time of year, it's the holidays. What is your recommendation when someone is in the mind of, I'm going to get my family member a pet for Christmas?
We recommend that they don't even get one unless they plan to keep that pet, because a pet is normally a lifetime commitment. And if they do go ahead and decide to get one, if they would adopt from Sears Haven or the Dog Pound, and think about going those routes rather than going out and buying an animal that may have come from a breeder.
And here's the other thing too, and just going back to the neutering and spading, because again, that's really important if you guys can get that done. And and I'm just going to go back to old Bob Barker when he would always say, get your pets neutered and spaded. But you guys were saying behind the scenes that right now you're booking into February.
That's correct.
Okay, so that way I want you guys to keep that in mind, because I know there's been some advertisements out for different places in the area. And I also, and again, behind the scenes, just saying, you guys cover what areas again?
We don't just cover Scioto County. We cover all of the areas: Greenup County, Lewis County, Pike County, Jackson, Adams County. We cover the entire area.
Wow, so that's quite a range there.
And right now we're starting to provide straw for like outside dog houses. We got 2 calls today already by calling that 858 number.
So if I wanted to, because again, guys, we're just kind of getting some information out there, and as they bring something up, I'm just kind of asking the question, kind of like I would assume you guys would too. What if I wanted to donate some straw or get a hold of someone to donate? Who would I contact?
858-2446.
Okay.
We'll take care of it.
And we can either bring hay or straw, or you just need straw.
Correct.
And okay. And then, or if we're bringing dog food or anything like that, you guys take, or I'm sure you take monetary donations as well.
We do, and since you mentioned the dog food, I want to mention that we have a pet food pantry, if I haven't already mentioned that. So we do provide a certain amount of food for cats and dogs on a monthly basis.
Okay, and again, so that it helps to have those donations to get that to come about. Now I'm going to kind of change direction here. Just want to talk about, because we talked about people getting pets for the holidays. Where would you go and buy a license in the area for your pet, or like a cat or dog?
Well, for dog tag, you would go to either the courthouse or the Scioto County Dog Pound.
Okay.
And it's $12 per dog. We just got our notice the other day for our 12 dogs.
Oh gosh, I was getting ready to ask. I was like, isn't it at the first of the year? I think you have to pay again to have your license for the whole year. Okay, because if you don't, then you could get ticketed. A lot of people don't realize that.
More money.
And so I'm going to kind of go into that as well as just talking about the leash law for the state of Ohio. There is a leash law, and the reason I'm pointing that out is because when you're in a lot of times the bigger cities, people are more mindful of it because they're walking their dogs or pets. And then you come down here and you got a lot more rural area, a lot more farms, and a lot of people just let their animals run loose. They don't think, I mean, nothing personal. They just don't think about it. They're like, oh, it's my farm and my dog's running, and but you can get a ticket for that. So, and that's why I just bring that up. So again, keep that mindful too, because I'm sure that those tickets kind of get a little hefty. I don't even know what they price them for down here, and it's something you may want to call on. I do know that if, and you guys can step in on this, what if I left, not I, I'm like, Lord, I wouldn't do that. What if someone left some dogs at your doorstep, which I'm sure has happened, but what do you do in a situation like that? If you're a person that says, I didn't ask for these animals, they just was on my doorstep.
Well, you're asking the wrong people because we would take them in.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Was that live?
Yeah, no, I know, right?
But no, we try to get them to a rescue or to the dog pound, because dog pound has a lot of rescue groups that are coming in there now.
Okay.
And they move them out of this area. Now I want to mention one thing too. Our animal welfare league about 4 months ago started spaying and neutering the dogs that are locally adopted dogs out of Scioto County Dog Pound. So
Okay.
every dog that goes out of there now is spayed or neutered.
Okay, and you guys are one of the longest running organizations, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We've been at it for at least 40 years.
Wow.
Now, prior to us helping with the spay neuter from those pets adopted from the dog pound, the commissioners helped to fund that through the adoption fee, but they opted not to do that a few months ago. So we stepped in and are helping with that. Otherwise, it's kind of defeating their purpose. You know, pick up a dog and then adopt it out and hasn't been spayed neuter, you're going to have more dogs to deal with.
Right. So hopefully, and just getting that information out there, and to be proactive, I guess is what you're saying, making sure that those dogs are spayed or neutered, and hopefully, if they're listening in or they're watching the show, and to be mindful, because here we are, the comeback city, and a lot of things are going to be happening. A lot of things have already been happening. We got a lot more people coming into the area. And because my understanding is you guys don't have a Humane Society, a physical building no more.
No.
Here in Portsmouth. And I think maybe that's something they should keep in mind or keep their options open.
But Betty, I want to get the point across that we provide services.
Yes.
And we work with any of the other animal groups in the area. We'll try to provide services, money if we've got it.
Okay.
And that's our biggest goal.
Is to make sure to help everybody else out too.
Is for all of the animal groups to work together.
Yeah, we all try to coordinate with one another to help the animals.
Because I think, and like I said, and we appreciate that, because if people don't know, I mean, there's been times I've had to call and say, hey, there's a dog running loose. Who's going to do? Whose dog is this? And then you worry, because then now another 2 weeks later, there's another dog running loose, or and just wondering, what steps to take even. I don't even know if you guys know those steps or not, but.
Well, if it's a problem that we can't solve, we usually know who to direct them to.
Okay.
We
So if
try
they
to
call, please.
facilitate giving them information as to what organizations or groups or agencies might help them.
And I'm going to give that number one more time, 740-858.
2446.
2446. Because again, just like I said, I'm new to the area, and knowing what steps to take. I'm usually from a city where they have a Humane Society and they have a little bit of things set up differently, but you move into a new area and you don't know how that's set up. So is there anything else that you guys would like to add to let anybody be aware of or conscious of? Or
Well, I mean, I'd like to say that things are better than they used to be, but we
Okay.
still have a long ways to go.
Okay. And I appreciate you guys' time on this today, because I talked to Linda several times too behind the scenes, and like I said, I mentioned this in the beginning, every time she'd say animal welfare, I'm like, oh, you're the Humane Society. And she's like, no, Betty, I'm not the Humane Society. So I wanted to get that differential out there too. And then, and again, it is the holidays and just knowing these groups and that they exist. And so again, we've talked about this all weekend. We talked about Miley's Mission. We've talked about the Bikers Charity. We've talked about Portsmouth Ambulance and how they're doing Stuff the Squad. And I know these are all geared toward kids and toys. But when you go back to animals, this is something that is a lifelong dedication, you know, and we're like, hey, we're going to give our kid a puppy, you know, and just be mindful of that's a history to, I mean, you're growing up with that dog, you know. All right.
Can I say one last thing?
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
We do have a Humane Society, we just don't have that physical building, which would be nice.
Okay.
And there are a couple people in the
Yeah,
Humane
there's a
Society.
couple of ladies that work very hard to
Yeah.
Okay.
rescue dogs and cats, and we don't have a humane agent, which it would be lovely if we did have.
Right.
But they try to work with some of the law enforcement and get
Oh,
some
good.
of the cruelty and abuse cases.
Okay. Yeah, because that's the other concern too. Because and I know they just changed the law about leaving a dog outside for so long, or you can get a fine for that too. And I know, and here, and just a little controversy on that. So I'm thinking, I know people have dogs that hunt that are used to being outside, and then you've got an actual house dog. See, I'd be more the person, I have a house dog. I don't have an outside hunting dog. So a lot of times those laws might have to be explained too to people down the line, or when you go to get that type of animal, make sure you know what your laws are.
But now we don't have that law in this county. I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
you can have outside dogs and cats if they're taken care of.
Okay.
They need to have shelter, food and water.
And I have seen a lot of stuff here recently where people have been sharing how to like put a cooler together and put the blankets and stuff, which I think are great ideas too. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about on that, I'm just going to refer you back. Even if you go to YouTube, if you get on Scioto County Daily News, you may even find, if you go under pet shelter, I am sure there's something that's going to come up there that someone has shared. So, and hopefully, again, and that's the whole point, just to get it out there and make people mindful of everything.
Well, the thing is, we don't rescue animals, but there are a couple of groups in the county that rescue dogs and cats.
Okay.
Try to find homes for them, try to get them vetted.
And see, and that's where we got to appreciate these ladies or gentlemen that's out there, because again, you know, most people, like I said, if it gets stopped on their doorstep, and they may not be like you guys, and then they're kind of stuck, or I know that they charge for people to turn in animals, and some people are on budgeted incomes and feel like they don't have no options. So I guess that's about it. We'll call that a wrap.
And we've got an answering phone, and we answer almost every call.
So that way,
that day.
Oh, good. I'm so glad to hear that. All right, guys. This is Betty Smith of Scioto County Daily News. This was, let me make sure I did this right, Jackie, Linda, and Judy. And I appreciate you guys interviewing with us tonight. And all right, see y'all next. Choose your Portsmouth.